The year is 1860, between 1990, and many Indigenous students travel to school not knowing what they will face. They were forced into these schools not to learn what typical students learn today. They were forced to assimilate a Canadian way of society and culture. They were forced to adapt to a way of life that was contradictory to their own beliefs and their own culture. They were forced to speak English and learn English. They were forced to speak and learn French and forget their mother tongue. We couldn't believe it, but now we know. It's been promoted in actually our communities, and it's been shared with us. These are the challenges that were faced in this year. One of those students was a lady named Phyllis Webstad. Phyllis Webstad, on her first day of school, she traveled to school with a brand new shirt her grandmother had gifted her, only to be confronted and stripped away of all of her belongings. So the shirt was one of the things that were stripped away from her during this time of reform, if you will, that was happening. So this is where this day comes, folks. This is the day that we remember of what's happening, reconciliation and truth. I have no clue of what this day was about until I started to do research. And more as I researched, I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, this is history. And this is not something we are proud of as Canadians, but it is history and we can't change that. I know there's mixed feelings. Some might say, hey, look, I'm not celebrating Canada Day because of this, or, I don't believe in that day anymore. But that whatever you choose to believe in, that's what your choice is. But remember one thing, there is history everywhere as well. These lives were lost, and they were in the thousands, and they're not only losing their life, they're losing their self-esteem. They're losing they're stripped of their culture, their confidence, their individuality, and they're forced, to adopt a certain religion and language. So this is really what this day means, is to remember that. And personally for me, it actually hit my heart as I did my research and found out what really transpired during that period of time. And it's all about knowing as a Canadian what your history is and understanding it. So to all those that were impacted, and to all the Indigenous folks and all of you out there, we salute you in that regard, because you've made it. You've fought all of those historic barriers, and you've made it through to live, and we're proud. As I drive through, I live in Collingwood. As I drive through, there's a Natawassaga and Natawassaga River, and all the connections of these, original tribe leader names that you see when you pass by. And it's an awe moment, right? An aha moment, if you will. So you to know that, hey, look, this is still being preserved. We as a country do have a long way to go, but I'm actually proud to say that I am Canadian, and I acknowledge the history of our country and what has transpired. So that marks the day. That's my message to you all as Canadians. Know your history and embrace it. And to everyone that's once again hit by this, our hearts go out to you. Anyone that's been impacted, we definitely reach out and send our prayers your way. So thanks again for listening, and we'll be with you.